Okie dokie. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I am Jaby KOAY. I'm on the other side of the world right now. As you can probably tell, I'm in a hotel room, and I am working remotely. I'm on holiday. And this is the one day out of my holiday that I've decided to work. And so I apologize for this setup being different. I have way less control over my environment here. But I'm doing my best to make it work. If you're following me on Instagram, you'll get way more details about like what's going on, where I'm at, and all that stuff. And do let me know if you want me to, put out more videos regarding this. I've shot so much stuff, but I didn't know if the video I already put out would be the only one, just because I don't know if people actually want to see content of me abroad, or if they're just like, can you just give us the trailer reactions and the movie reactions? I don't know if people like the vlogs. Who knows? It's hard to say. But anyway, PS-2 is what we're looking at. I was hoping to time this where I could shoot this with a Chara, but you just get me, I'm sorry. PS-2, Ponniyin Selvan 2, Ratnam, Rahman, Subaskaran. I'm always like, I'm pronouncing it bad, but anywho, you get what you get. So, Ponniyin Selvan 2, in the interest of full transparency with you guys, because I always like to do that, I don't recall loving the first one, but I recall it being good. I haven't looked at my video of it and my feelings about it since we dropped that video. My recollection is people were so excited about it, and they were very excited about our viewing and opinion of it until they heard it, and I'm like, oh. But nonetheless, I am quite curious about the sequel that has, I think it was planned from the get-go because it was called PS1, and so we got PS2. Let's check it out without further delay. Here we go. Wow. All right. I don't know what I'm allowed to say. There are certain things I know.
Hey everyone. So the first of our roundtables.
Be quiet, Film Companion. No shade at Film Companion. I was just joking around. It was an autoplay thing. Okay, so they didn't show us much. They just showed us what they needed to show us in order to, get us excited. I mean, anyone who loved the first one. It's like they showed you just enough. I try to put this in like the perspective of like a Marvel fan, right? Or a DC fan. Or an even better one is like The Last of Us. Because I remember when The Last of Us 2 teaser dropped ages ago, before we found out much about the game, it's like you didn't need much. It was like you just got enough, like saw their faces, boom, that's enough. I remember that first Last of Us 2 teaser with Ellie and Joel. It was enough to get people so excited. And so here, they didn't give us anything about the story. Really, there was hardly any shots at all. It was mostly text over the map. It was enough to get you going, I am stoked to watch this, if you were stoked about the first one. I always appreciate the approach of the regional cinema, because it's never the thing where they give away the entire movie like they've done in Bollywood, like they've done in American cinema way too many times, where you basically saw the whole film before you got to the cinema. I mean, obviously this is just a teaser. We've yet to see what'll happen with the trailer, but I'm sure the trailer will be the same thing. It's just more of an indication as to where things are headed, so you have an understanding as to maybe the tone of what you're in for. But I think this does enough. I feel like PS1 was so successful that if this is the only commercial they dropped, I feel like it would still do pretty well. That is not the way of the theater of the movie of the. What am I trying to say? Jaby, come on. It's not the way of the production companies to just drop a teaser and that's it. Like, they're going to give you a proper commercial at some point. But I feel like if this is all they gave us, it would still make its money back in spades. Like, it would still do quite well financially and critically. There was so much love for the first one that this teaser's more than adequate. As long as you know it's coming, and as long as you know the date, that's all that matters. You don't have to show another commercial, or you can just do more ads with words over maps, and it's more than enough. While I didn't love the first movie, any opportunity to watch Vikram again, I'm more than happy to come back and watch him again. He's one of my favorite actors from India, and, I think that his work is always strong, always interesting. The funniest thing is, like, of all the performances I feel like I've seen from him so far, whether it's a film or it's just an ad, I feel like this is the most normal performance I've seen from him. I really should have gone back to watch my review of the first film just so I could refamiliarize myself with my opinions. I can't remember if I loved his performance in the first movie or not. Well, I'm gonna try to wing this. For those of you who are big fans of the first one. I'm excited for you. For me, I'm like, all right, cool. You know, it's not like on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of enthusiasm, I think I'm at like, I don't know, at a 7, at a 6.5. Not, it's like no shade at the movie or anything like that. It's just like, all right, cool. It's the next episode. Let's keep it going, I guess. You know, one of the tough things about these movies that are broken up into parts. I remember my feeling vividly for Bahubali, the first part 1. I remember being a little bit annoyed. It's like, I remember the love around that movie, and I remember being annoyed with that ending, because I'm like, this is terribly structured. Like, this is half a film. This is half a story. You started off with introducing one character and then went to a different character for the other half of the film. It's like, what? And so there's no way to really truly watch that movie, just the first one, and appreciate it on its own. You need both parts, the conclusion as well, right? And I feel like maybe this is the same thing where you really need both parts to properly know if your opinion is, I like this or love it or whatever. Sure, you can enjoy the adventure as you go and have positive feelings about it, but I don't think you can have a final opinion about the story till you've watched the entire saga of it. Hopefully I'm making sense. I apologize if I'm not. I'm a little rusty. It's been a while since I've shot something. Jeez. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say is that, you know, once I've watched the entire saga, then I'll have a better assessment as to how I truly feel about it. Because as it stands right now, I'm like, it's all right. It's cool. You know, it's definitely got production value. It's definitely got an interesting cast, and it's very passionately made. And I can see all that. And at the end of the day, how did I feel about it? I was like, it was cool. I need to watch the entire series of it before I can have a final say-so as to what my true feelings are about the story and all that stuff. What I would love to know in the comments from you guys is what your predictions are about this particular chapter, what you think is going to happen. If you already know what's going to happen because you got some kind of inside information, then don't comment or put a little spoiler warning. You know, one of my favorite things that people will do sometimes is they'll say like spoilers, and then they'll hit the return line multiple times so that any spoilers is like ducked down behind the read more button on the YouTube comments. So if you already know some shit, then please do it like that. But otherwise, I love speculation. So if you guys could speculate with me in the comments about what's ahead in this story, then please feel free to share. I would love to know your feelings there. Looking forward to more Vikram, more Air, Rahman, more everything. So thanks again for hanging out with me, and let me know again if you'd like me to do more of the vloggy stuff. It's hard for me to gauge whether people actually enjoy that or not if it's not related to India on this particular channel, because like if it's an Indian vlog, I know that people will be excited about it, but if it's just like me, whatever, like the Scotland vlogs that I did, no one gave a shit. So it's hard for me to gauge as to whether or not people are actually genuinely interested in that. Let me know in the comments below, or on the Instagram post is even better, because that's where I'm probably going to be posting it. I don't know. Figuring it out as I go. You guys, thanks for hanging out. I'm Jaby KOAY. Peace out.